Hey, my name is D West, and I am going to start talking about sports talk. Um, the reason I want to do this is I want to talk about things that are important to me, things that I'm passionate about. So I thought I'd just talk about the most up to date um, sports things that are going on in the world today, what my opinion is on them, and also to see what the fan base thinks about what they think about these top sports stories during and throughout the year. Um, so a little bit about myself. I grew up playing baseball, basketball in high school. Also continued to work as a manager at college for the basketball team, and then also currently I teach high school PE and also coach basketball and baseball at the high school level. The first topic I want to talk about today is the topic that's been in the news all weekend. Is the Anthony Davis trade to the Lakers? Him joining up with LeBron. When I first saw this, I was pretty surprised myself, seeing that they would make that trade because the Pelicans ended up getting quite a bit out of it. A lot of young talent, a lot of young athletes coming in that I think could the Pelicans, if they could keep that core together, they could have a pretty good season in the next few years. Um, so Anthony Davis came to the Lakers this weekend. The Pelicans, um, in my opinion, I think they won that because they received Ingram, Ball, Hart, and the number 4 pick in this draft this year, which there is a lot of good players in this draft coming up, and I think that if the Pelicans can utilize that, they could make a big, huge difference, and like I said, they could be a team that can start contending within the next few years. Um, I think Davis to the Lakers instantly makes them better. Great player all around. Him and LeBron, if they can figure out that system together, um, work as teammates, I think they could do some things. I'm not a big fan of the Lakers, so I'm a Jazz fan, so I hate seeing all the talent come to the West. Um, but that's how it goes. So we saw Golden State, and they had multiple All Stars this year. Still almost won even with injuries, so it'll be interesting to see what the Lakers can do um, this coming season. Um, so like I say, in my opinion, I think short term, I think the Lakers won this trade. Long term, I think the Pelicans won if they can keep all those players there. Um, the interesting thing that I saw was who's going to start for the Lakers, who's going to start for the Pelicans. You have LeBron at that small forward. You have Davis at power forward. Who else are they going to throw in there? They have Rondo, Caruso, Kuzma. I feel like Kuzma will probably start. I really liked what he's been able to do just in this last year. Um, so I think with the Lakers, with their situation, they still have $20+ million that they can go um, get another big time name. There's a lot of talk about maybe Kemba Walker coming over, but Kemba seems like he wants to stay in Charlotte. Even take a pay cut to stay in Charlotte. There's been talk about getting Kyrie and LeBron back together since Kyrie says he wants to play with Anthony Davis, and that could be a scary team in the West and throughout the NBA if those three are together. There's also been um, Chris Paul talking about potentially moving him over. He has a pretty big contract, so I don't know how that will go. Um, we'll just have to wait and see. For the Pelicans, it'll be interesting to see who starts for them next season. They still have some room to move people around, get some new talent in there. Um, they'll most likely get Zion Williamson, the number 1 draft pick, and he's a beast. Um, so I think he can do some good things down there. Also, you have Drew Holiday. I think he'll stick around. I think he has some good, awesome potential, awesome um, experience there. Kylie, close that, please. Kylie, close that laptop, please. Um, but we did see that Julius Randle opted out of his contract. Not sure if he's going to stick around in New Orleans or if he's going to move on. I feel like him and Zion kind of have the same type of build. Um, so maybe that's why he decided he wanted to move on and try something new. Um, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. The Lakers overall, I think they took a small risk. Kylie, take that from him. Kylie, take that. Get him a new one out of the bag. Here, get him a new one out of that bag. Get him a new one out of the bag, okay? I think Lakers, in my opinion, just grab it out of the box. Lakers, in my opinion, took a risk, kind of like Toronto did with Kawhi. Since it's just kind of like a one-year rental, it worked out for Toronto. It looks like Anthony Davis wants to stick around and play in LA for a long time, long term. They've talked about having a contract of at least a 5-year contract after this next year. So I think he's planning on sticking around as long as this next season goes well with him and LeBron. But it'll be interesting to see how much longer he has left to play. And if it looks like they just want to build around Anthony Davis and see what they can do there. Like I say, this is just my opinion. This is what I think. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think? How do you think the Pelicans are going to do? How do you think Lakers are going to do? Also, how do you think this is going to make an impact on the NBA for all the other teams in the league? Hopefully, it opens up some other options and opportunities for other players, other teams to get better. The other thing I was thinking about just this last weekend is, since the finals got over, since Anthony Davis trade happened, is what's going to happen with Golden State. Is Kevin Durant, they talk about him being out all of next season. Is he going to move to the Knicks? I've heard talks of him going to the Knicks. Is he going to stick around in Golden State? Klay Thompson's out until at least March, April is what they say, next season. So he'll be back for the playoffs. I think he'll be able to bounce back. He's an awesome player. I think he'll bounce back just fine. It'll just be interesting to see how Kevin Durant bounces back without Achilles injury. Hopefully he can bounce back. It'll just be interesting to see where he ends up. Also, Kyrie has been linked to Brooklyn. So we'll see if he ends up going there. And if that happens, it looks like D'Angelo Russell may be sent out and head somewhere else. So this next month is going to have a lot of trades going through. I wouldn't be surprised if there's multiple big trades that affect the NBA and make a lot of teams better. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm a Utah Jazz fan, so if I can get someone to team up with Mitchell and Gobert, that'd be awesome. I think they're missing a piece or two to be real contenders. I think there's a lot of other teams out there that are on that cusp of being real contenders. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum in Portland. They're just always good. If they could find another piece or two, they could be dangerous also. But I think it's going to be a different look for a lot of teams. Golden State, Curry's going to have to carry them. They may have to try to bring somebody else in up until Klay Thompson comes back, because it looks like he wants to stick around. But the question is Kevin Durant the following year. So it'll be an interesting shakeup. And we'll also see if Kawhi decides to stick around. Lakers have been talking about trying to get him too. And that'd be a dangerous team if he goes there. So I'm going to do another one of these tonight. Let me know what you think. I'm going to focus on the NBA draft coming up Thursday. Talk about who could go where, how that can impact each team, how that could better each team, how that could maybe make the teams not quite as good. And it'll be interesting. There's a few teams that have a lot of picks. I think Atlanta Hawks have 4 or 5 picks in the first round. So if they could get the right players, that could be a dangerous team coming up, a young, dangerous team coming up. Like I say, some teams don't have any picks, so I'll post another video. Like I say, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the Anthony Davis trade and the draft coming up. Alright, and like I say, this is D West, Sports Talk, and hope to continue doing these and seeing what everyone else thinks. All right, see you later.